I'm back. It's Cassie. What up? Today I am so excited because I'm doing my second Halloween look, and this is just gonna be, you know, if you don't want to spend 18 hours creating a grayscale, colorful Dorothy, go watch that video here if you didn't see it. This is a quick Halloween look, and it's gonna be just a cool vampire with the veins bulging out of his eyeball sockets. What? Under eyes? Anyway, it's gonna be a cool vampire look. So if you wanna see how to do that, then keep watching and let's go. All right, so I threw my hair up in a bun using a silk scrunchie. Yes, the hair growth journey is real. And I have my cold brew that my fiance poured for me in his fancy ways, and I'm ready to go. And my baby hairs are making it look like I have horns, so should this be a devil look? I think I'm still gonna do vampire. It's okay, let's just tuck them away and move on. Okay, so we're gonna create this dark, smoky eye. So the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is take a black base. I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Eye Studio, what is this? Blackest Black Gel Liner? I don't know, I'll link it below. And you're just gonna go ahead and put that all over your lid. And this is gonna act as the primer so that when we later put on black eyeshadow, it's just gonna make it pop and stick and be smoky and blendable and beautiful, and it'll stay and it won't crease or look weird. It'll just be just a legit black eyelid. All right, so I'm gonna take this Anastasia brush that came with one of the palettes, just this like packed end so that I can pick up the liner and apply it over my lid and just cover more surface area because it's just a bit wider than a smaller packed brush. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna apply to just the lid. Like, don't go too high, don't go too crazy, just the lid, because again, we're gonna blend up, and you know, you just want to anticipate that blend that we're going to do. You don't want to place it really high so that when you blend, it goes even higher than you wanted it. Does that make sense? And you actually have to work fast, so I'm going to stop talking because you're going to want to be able to blend this and you're not going to want it to dry. I've actually not worked with this product as a primer, so I don't want to risk not being able to blend it and having a hard time. And just keep looking, so again, you make sure you're not going too high. And I'm just creating a rounded shape. I'm not really trying to drag this out to a point over here. I'm just keeping it nice and round. And then once you have this nice black pigment down, you're going to want to take a smaller smudgy brush. I don't know why I just said smudgy. It's probably because my brother keeps calling it a smudgy brush, but a smudger brush, like a Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH39 brush like this. And don't put anything on it, but just go in and start blending. And by that, I mean just start manipulating the edge of this eyeliner and using circular motions, just ever so slightly blend it up, so that there isn't this harsh line, but rather it just looks like the black is fading upward. Okay, so now once you have the black base down and you've smudged it out to the desired shape, you're gonna wanna go and set that with a black eyeshadow. So again, this is gonna make the black eyeshadow just pop even more. And I'm gonna be using the Tati Beauty palette because I really like the black eyeshadow in the palette. I like all of the colors in the palette, clearly. I use this all the time. And you're gonna take like a flathead brush like this and grab that black and then just pack on where you just placed that black primer. And you're just gonna pat, pat, pat. You know, if you just do windshield wiper motions, that may make it uneven and drag that bottom product around. So you're just gonna pat the black eyeshadow in. All right, so the batteries in my microphone died unexpectedly, so I couldn't record anything I was doing on this eye. So I'm gonna show you what I did on this eye over here. So after you put the black eyeshadow down, you're going to want to take a plum maroony color, and I'm going to use Poet from the Tati Beauty palette on a brush like this Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH33 brush, which I don't know if you can see, but it tapers up at the top so that either side of the brush isn't poofed out like this, for example. Let me see if I can show you. And so this will allow you to pick up the color on the brush, but because it's flat, you can push right where you want this color and control the placement and then move it and manipulate it exactly where you want it. Because with these smoky eyes, there's a risk of it going crazy real quick. So you want to make sure that you're placing your colors very precisely and not blending more than you want. So having a brush like this will allow you to place it exactly where you want, blend where you want, and it won't, you know, just create this big blob of color, dark colors that really don't seem to have any purpose. That makes sense. So you're gonna pick up the color and then you're gonna place right on the edge of that black. And I'm sort of just doing windshield wiper motions here. And again, you don't wanna go too high. You're just using this to create a transition from the black into this purpley color. And so you just wanna fade that harsh line of the black and create this transition upward. But again, you don't want it to just become this crazy muddied smokiness. You want it to be contained. And look at me, I'm so used to winging it out that I started to do that, but I don't want that. I want it to be rounded. All right, so once you have the pigment placed, you can go ahead and start blending. And again, blending can mean circles like this. It can mean doing this windshield wiper motion. It can even mean patting in some instances. All blending means is manipulate the product in, you know, a motion that seems fit in order to blend the colors together so that there isn't an obvious start and stop of either color. So work with it and see what works, and then just blend forever, especially with a smoky eye. Like with black eyeshadow, you have to blend for so long. Like blend, 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 blend. And then when you think you're done blending, blend for like 5 more hours and then maybe you'll be done. So I'm gonna go do that and then I'll be back. All right, so now that you've blended that purple out, we're going to go in with yet a lighter color. And I'm gonna take this Morphe R37 brush, the fluffier one, and I'm gonna take the color Soothe right here. It's this tan color, and I'm going to further diffuse the smoky eye. And so on the top of that purple color, I'm going to place this tan and blend that together with the purple. And I'm just gonna stay on this side because I'm already here, and go right on the edge of that maroon color and blend this in. Windshield wiper, circles, windshield wiper, circles, whatever. Make it look good, blend it together. Whatever motion works. All right, and so now that we have that last color placed, we're gonna play a game that I like to call Deepen Blendy. Deepen Blendy. I've actually never called it that. I just made it up right now, and I don't really think it's gonna stick. But anyway, so the point of this is now that we have all of the layers on, we're going to go back in, reapply the colors in the same order so that way we can deepen the colors, bring them back to life. Like we lost some of the depth of the black, so we're gonna reapply the black, blend it, reapply the maroon, blend it, reapply that last tan color, blend it, so that it looks like this, but just a bit more vibrant. So I'm gonna speed through that. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna move on to the next step. Yes, we are. Is the cold brew hitting me? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, so now that I have the eyeshadow done, I'm going to go off camera and apply my foundation, my concealer, and I'll be right back. You can go watch me apply foundation and concealer in this video if you want to see it. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and that took longer than expected because I had an allergy attack yesterday, and my nose is so dry and flaky from blowing my nose the entire day. I'm like freaking gold member over here, just like healing away. If you know, you know. So what I did is I had a foundation that was lighter than my actual skin tone. I don't know if you could tell on the camera, but in real life, it's lighter because I was really crappy at matching since I couldn't use the testers of the store. I talk about it in this video if you want to go look at that. But it works because we're supposed to be a vampire. So you can intentionally pick like I did, a foundation shade that you have that might be lighter, or you can even use the white Mayron face paint that I used in my Dorothy video if you really want to go all out. But since this is supposed to be like a quick vampire look, we're just doing foundation. All right, so I have foundation, concealer on, and now we're going to do the under eye, and we're going to essentially repeat what we did on the top, but on the bottom, and just create this overall like deep vampire black hollow smoky eye. So first, I'm going to take this Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil, waterproof, and it's just a black gel pencil, and I'm going to put that in my waterline, and then we're going to smudge it out with our smudgy brush. I'm just going to call it that from now on, right? I like it. So just put this in your waterline. And you can even push it into the lashes a little below the waterline to, again, sort of create, like we did above, like a base for the black shadow. And then take that smudgy brush we were using, the Jaclyn JH39, and blend that with nothing on it, just, or I guess whatever leftover black eyeshadow is on it, and blend it. All right, so now that we have the black blended real far down, we're gonna go in with the maroon color, and I'm gonna take this Jaclyn JH40 brush. It's like a smudgy brush, but just a bit fluffier. And I'm gonna take that maroon color and blend down even further. And it doesn't have to be too pretty, right? We're a vampire. We want dark, sunken eyes, tired under eyes. We're immortal. It never ends. We're just always alive, so we're tired. So you can bring it down as much as you want. And I'm actually not going to put the tan color into here because, again, we want this to be pretty like blue toned and cold because we're going to add veins. So we just want it to look very cool tone. Yes, we're looking dead. I love it. Okay, now for the most fun part. We are going to draw the bloodthirsty, creepy veins under the eyes. It's just going to be this vampire that just needs a bite. You know what I mean? Just all these veins that are just bulging out. Like, I'm thirsty over here. I need some blood now. So how do we do that? We're going to take the same maroon color, Poet, down here, and I'm taking this Target paintbrush. Yep. Target paintbrush for the win. This very detailed, pointed brush. If you can, you know, whatever brush you want. Makeup brush, paintbrush. This is just what I have, so I'm gonna use it. And I have a little cup of water. And I'm gonna dip into the water, and then I'm going to dip into Poet. All right, so you're just gonna wanna draw like little branches, little lines, thin lines that branch off each other all over the under eye. And really make sure you're using the pointed end because you don't want it to be too thick. Okay, full disclosure, I got all the way to this step and had to take it off and redo all the veins because I got to this step and then did something really silly and just messed the whole thing up. But I'm here for you. I got you. I redid it. We're back. So I just finished putting the veins on, painting them on using this paintbrush, literal paintbrush, and the Poet color, dipping in water, dipping in Poet, drawing the lines. I sort of did a template and then I went back in and, okay, hi helicopter. So initially when I was drawing them, like I said, I was using the pointed end and just making sure to really just draw the thin line. And then after I wanted to deepen some of them up just to make them pop more. So I went in with Poet again, but I was sort of pressing and dragging so that it ended up being thicker and just fading out at the bottom. And now, because I want the veins to look like they're coming really from within, like actual veins popping out, I'm just going to take my fingers and press over the eyeshadow and sort of push it in to the concealer. And then especially at the ends, even sort of drag so it really seems like it's blended into my skin. But you don't want to be too heavy-handed or else all that eyeshadow is just gonna like blend around and the veins will be gone. Don't do that, but just lightly blend. And then you can even take a fluffy brush. I'm gonna take the end of this Anastasia brush to the other end and very lightly go into Poet, like with almost nothing, but just a little bit, and just sort of like press in any color where your skin is really showing through, just to drag down that under eye and just make it like red and even more vampy and dramatic. All right, so there are our creepy veins. I love it. And now we're going to contour, because vampires are, you know, all like sunken in and like Edward Cullen. Like, I have cheekbones and I really don't, so we have to create some ASAP pronto. All right, so I'm gonna take this Scott Barnes palette and I'm gonna take this really cool toned color right here called Diced right there, because again, we're vampires, we're immortal. I'm not gonna use something with warmth in it, and I'm using my Sigma F23 soft angle contour brush. It may be a soft angle contour brush, but it's gonna be a sharp contour. I'm just gonna push it in. And again, I'm sort of just like exaggerating everything because this is Halloween makeup still. It's not your everyday. Hollow out up here. And I'm gonna use this Morphe M523 brush with nothing on it, but just to like blend this. Maybe Halloween makeup, but we don't want to look too crazy. All right, so now that we have the cheek contour done, we're going to create these dark black shadows right here, just to, again, emphasize the tiredness and vampiness of this look. So, what shall I go in with? I think I'm just going to take this Jaclyn JH40 little fluffy brush again, and I'm going to take some of the black, but not a lot. Don't go crazy. You can always add. You can't take away, like as you can, because I took away my freaking under eyes 2 seconds ago, but it's much harder to take away. So I'm just gonna go in the socket and drag this down. Hey guys, Editing Cassie here. I would honestly just skip this step after looking at it, or use a really detailed brush just to get like black lines contouring the nose, but just the full-on fluffy black shadowing here was a little too much. It's just in the center of the face and it just kind of draws your eye too much where you want the veins to be the showstopper. So yeah, honestly, I'd probably just go ahead and skip the step. Okay, back to the video. And then I'm gonna go in and just deepen up some of the veins that I lost right there. All right, so now I'm going to just put on some mascara and brows, and then I'll be back for the lip. All right, now I have my mascara and my brows on, and I'm actually going to tight line the upper waterline just again to make sure everything is nice and black in that eye area. So I'm gonna take that Essence gel liner and just tight line up here. Okay, so now we're going to go in with a black liquid lipstick, but focus on just placing it and outlining your lips, and don't fill it in all the way, because then we're gonna go in with a red liquid lipstick and put that in the middle and fill that in so it's like the blood. And we're gonna blend them. This is gonna be great. All right, now that you have the black outline done, we're gonna go in with the red, like I said, in the center to create the bloody lips. And you're just gonna apply the red and blend it in with the black. All right, so this is the finished vampire makeup look. So if you want to be a vampire for Halloween, then you can go ahead and follow along with me to get this. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy this Halloween look. And if you did, then make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so that way you can see me in the next one.